All right, let's work with bow stance, stepping. Turn out your right foot, just about 30 degrees, and then drop your weight down the center of your leg. So you're not leaning out, just drop it, release some tension from the hip, feel it drop and land in the center of your foot, but keep the crown suspended so you have up and down awareness going simultaneously, creates a stable stance. Then as you release the tension from the front of your hip, you're going to step out and then step with an empty heel. Empty heel, I mean that when I put the heel down, it's like I'm walking on a frozen lake. I'm going to be able to move this leg. I'm not fully committed. I can move this leg if I need to. And then as I smoothly transfer the weight, once I have a direction, I'm going to go in that direction. The toe is pointed straight ahead. It's not toe out. Okay, so really be mindful that when you put the heel down, the toe is already pointed straight ahead. It's in line with your knee, so you're going to transfer the weight, but energy is still going to both legs, down into the soles of the feet, and the crown is still suspended. The front toe is turned in just about 2 degrees. Okay, so it gives a little bit of this feeling like you have this energy that's returning to you, to the base of your spine. So if your toe is absolutely straight ahead, you could just keep shifting your weight like you're just going to fall off a cliff. So 2 degrees in, that small difference just gives you a little bit of this this energy that returns to the base of your spine. Try it out. Just try the difference between straight ahead, and you can just keep going, going, going. 2 degrees in, and you can maintain a straight spine. Okay, so from here, shift your way back and forth like you're in a glider chair. Shift back without raising your height at all. Glider chair, remember, glider chair. So you're going back and forth. So both feet and legs are awake and energized at all times, even though the weight distribution is changing. There's energy and awareness and aliveness there at all times. So sometimes what happens is when we do a weight shift, we forget about the foot we left behind. So we have to kind of broaden our attention so that we're still feeding both of the roots of our body, the legs, and we're rooting deep into the earth through the feet. Okay? At the same time, we're not leaning the spine. Okay? So as I'm moving, and I'm about hips distance apart between the heels, hips distance apart between the heels. As I'm moving back and forth, I'm not rising in my stance. So you're not pushing off of the ground. You're gliding because you have some hip rotation, and you can lengthen your lower back to give you even more flexibility in the hips. Okay, keep the chin slightly tucked so that you're not too head heavy, forward heavy, because the nose, where the nose goes, the spine and the rest of the body will follow. So as you're shifting back and forth, you want to keep that spine straight. Okay? Keep your breath calm and keep your hips under you, engaging the hip joint at all times. You don't get stuck in your own hips. Okay, the arms, just relax them for now. Focus on your legs. Remember, front toe 2 degrees in, back toe about 30 to 40 degrees. And I'm going to face you again. Let's do the other side. So let's go from empty stance. So you start with your feet pointed straight ahead, toes pointed straight ahead, and then open up the back toe, the one that's going to be your back foot. Open it up about 30 to 40 degrees. Then drop your weight straight down the leg, but keep the crown lifting like somebody's holding the top of your head like on a little hook. right? And your skull is suspended there. And it doesn't take a lot of effort for you to keep it suspended there. You have your calm and hollow neck column, and you've dropped your weight into the center of your foot. And then relax the hip and stepping out into an empty heel. So you can just move. You haven't fully committed because you're standing, most of your focus is on your back leg. You're not giving weight before you're certain that you're going to move forward. Okay, so now heels on the ground, toes straight ahead. So even as you're doing this exercise, you're not going back and forth. You're in your stance and the foot is just testing the waters. Okay, you're just like painting a dot on the ground with the heel of your foot, but the toe is already pointed straight ahead. Okay, toe is already pointed straight. And then as you're moving, toe turns in 2 degrees, or maybe it's already turned in 2 degrees, but make sure that as you're moving into shifting your weight into a bow stance, that toe is slightly turned in. Okay? Now you're gliding back and forth like a glider chair. So you're not raising in your stance. You're not pushing off of the ground. The feet are calm on the ground, like cat's feet, cat's paws. Okay? They're sensitized. You can feel everything, every change, every weight shift, the texture of the floor under the feet. It's good to do this barefoot as well. And again, you're not leaning towards or away as you're shifting your weight. And both legs are energized. Whatever the weight distribution, you're going to end up 80% in the front, 20% of your weight in the back. But your consciousness, your chi and your energy are inhabiting your hips, knees, the entire leg, all the way down to both feet, even though the weight is primarily in the front. Okay? As you shift back, really focus on how you're moving backwards. So as if somebody takes your whole spine and the whole spine is moving backwards. Okay? You're not just moving from one spinous process, not moving backward from the neck, not moving backward from the buttocks. The whole spine, just moving backwards. You're melting any excess tension in the hips so that you can have free movement here. Gliding back and forth. Smooth transfer of weight. Energized, conscious legs 100% of the time. Okay, so you're ending your ending position with your foot in the back. Okay, the front foot is weightless. The ending position with your weight in the front, 80-20. 80 in the front, 20 in the back. This is really important to do because this is really how a basic stance that we move through all the time in Tai Chi. So it's really important that we get this one right. Okay? Hips distance between the heels, the measurement of your hips, hip bones, hip joint, not the outer hip, the hip joint, which is a little bit inside. And as you're moving, really feel like you increase the space in the knees. Okay, you're not grinding on the knee, you're not bearing down. You increase the space in the knee, and you keep this light feeling at the top of the head that helps the core be engaged and take some of the burden off of the lower legs. And Tai Chi often has this reputation of being super slow and super heavy. But actually, Tai Chi should have a lightness to it. Yin and Yang forces should be balanced. Light and heavy, light and dark, fast and slow, full and empty. All of these concepts are this relational energy that is balanced. It is not just 100% in one basket and then 100% in the other basket. They're not separate. They're always in relationship with each other. Tai Chi, yin and yang forces. constantly transforming into each other. Okay, so they feed and nourish each other, but they're also just like, there are just two sides of the same coin. Okay, in motion, in a dynamic change. Okay, so here, stay rooted in your leg, empty heel, back foot 30 to 40 degrees, front toe 2 degrees turned in, heels hips distance apart at the hip joint. Okay, and then come back to empty stance, transfer your weight in your empty stance, stay steady in your stance, empty heel, and shifting. Okay, back foot 30 degrees, front toe 2 degrees in. Okay, the chest very, very calm. Energy is available here. The neck column feels hollow, and the hollow shape, the tubular shape of the neck feels like it has that integrity of the shape. So there's no kinks in it. Chest is calm, and you're taking your dantian belly, your ball, Tai Chi ball with you as you're shifting back and forth. Okay? You're not pulling against it or leaving it behind. It's just with you all the time. Okay? All right, good. That's our little mini class on bow stance, moving bow stance. Thanks for joining us. See you next time. Evergreen Taiji Academy.